Hi guys, good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Eileen, and for today we're actually going to be doing that latte inspired makeup tutorial. So if you want to see how I got the look, just keep on watching and go make yourself a latte right now because I already have mine right over here so we can do this makeup look together. Alright guys, so my eyebrows and my skincare is done. So the first step that I actually like to do is to prime my face, and we're actually going to be using the underpainting technique again. I just love this technique and it looks beautiful, especially for a latte makeup. So we're gonna start off with primer, and the primer that I like to use is of course the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer with 4% niacinamide. And as always, everything that I use will be down in the description box below. So if I don't mention anything, just be sure to look down and you'll see everything. So I'm just applying the Power Grip Primer on my face. We're gonna let this dry for another 30 seconds. Okay, so next we're actually gonna be spraying the e.l.f. Dewy Coconut Setting Mist just before we start our makeup so it locks everything in place as well. And it gives you a dewy look as well. And then I'm gonna take my Soul Face and Body Bronzer in the shade Light. And I'm just gonna apply that everywhere where you would naturally apply bronzer. And you guys, it's okay to go a little bit more heavy on this step just because we're gonna cover it again. So this is just setting the shadows and foundation of your makeup. So it's okay, go a little bit heavier on this step and it'll still look good. That's what I love about this technique. So I'm just gonna pat it on the back of my hand and go right on in. We're gonna take some on our forehead. Just apply that everywhere you're naturally gonna put bronzer. And if you guys didn't know, this bronzer is actually waterproof. So it's perfect for summertime and anytime you want your makeup to really stay in place. So I'm just gonna take that bronzer and just go down my neck as well because we want our face and neck to match. Next, I'm gonna go in with cream blush, and this cream blush is one of my favorites. It's from Rare Beauty, and I like to use this for everyday makeup and any other kind of makeup that I do. It just makes your face look so bright and fresh. So this is the Rare Beauty liquid blush in the shade Bliss, and I'm just gonna take some of that and apply it on my cheeks. And I know I'm going heavy-handed, but again, it's still okay because what ends up happening is you put on your tinted moisturizer and it covers all of that up, so it's okay. So I'm just gonna take a beauty blender. I call this my beauty blender. I know it's from e.l.f. It's their e.l.f. sponge, but I just call this the beauty blender because that's what I just know it as in my head. Any kind of sponge is a beauty blender. So anyways, on to the video. So we're just gonna blend that blush in. So after this, we're actually gonna go in with concealer, and I'm using the NYX Bear With Me concealer. And I'm just gonna apply that everywhere that needs concealing. I mainly like to do it under my eyes, a little bit on my chin, and very little on my nose. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that and just apply that under my eyes. And a little bit on my forehead. As you can see, it's not much, but we're just trying to add some concealer so we make the look more cohesive. So we're just gonna blend that on in. Alright, we got the concealer all blended in. Don't you guys like my shirt? I feel like it's perfect for the latte inspired makeup. So Anyways, so now we're gonna go in with our tinted moisturizer. Take any foundation you have, or you could even take the foundation that you love to use. I just have been really loving tinted moisturizers or anything that has light coverage. I feel like personally with dry skin, it just makes my skin look better. But whatever works for you, use that product. I'm just using the Wet n Wild Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator, and I love this stuff. So if you need a good tinted moisturizer, I would highly suggest getting this one. I've used this on events. I've used this on a regular basis. It's one of my go-to tinted moisturizers. It doesn't have a crazy amount of coverage, but I feel like it does such a decent job at making your skin look flawless. And every time I wear it, I also get compliments. It's like the tinted moisturizer from Wet n Wild and this e.l.f. Halo Glow. These two, when I wear it, I always get compliments on my skin. So I know that it's working out for me. So we're just gonna blend this tinted moisturizer now. And you'll instantly see how blended this looks. It doesn't add a crazy amount of coverage, but it makes your skin look even. And I love that. That's what I look for in a face product. It doesn't hide everything, but a good amount. But if you need something more heavy duty, go with a fuller or medium coverage foundation of your choice. And now I'm just gonna take Tarte's Park Avenue Princess bronzer. And this bronzer is also waterproof, so it's good for summertime or just in general. And this is the shade. Looks really nice. So I'm just taking that on a fluffy brush and just applying that on my cheeks and applying everywhere we actually applied that cream bronzer. Now we're gonna go in with blush as well. This is the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in the shade Quirky, and I find this shade to be really pretty for a bronzy look. It's this shade, let me show you. It looks just like this, so it's not too bright, it's not too dark. I feel like it's just perfect to give you that sun-kissed look. So just taking some of that on my brush, tapping it, same brush, you don't have to get a new brush, and just tapping that. It gives you like the perfect pink hue, but you still look bronzy. It gives that effect, at least in my opinion. So I'm going in with my Essence My Skin Perfector loose powder in the shade Fair, and I'm taking my powder puff and I'm doing the same technique as I usually do. So I just take some on my powder puff, I just smear it on my hand to get it even. Before I go in, I actually get rid of my creases. So let's just do that, and I look up and then I go right on in. I feel like doing that step right before you put on powder gives you the best finish because you blend all your creases and you could tell the difference with powder and without powder. So I'm gonna blend my creases over here too. Gonna take some of that powder, smear it. I take very little powder. I have dry skin, so I go in with very little, but I don't find this powder to be drying, to be honest. I use very little of it, and whatever powder I generally use, I like to go in with a light hand, just because when you have dry skin, everything can look cakey on you real quick. And I generally don't prefer a cakey face. I love cake, just not on my face. So that's why I like to go in with little powder, and whatever that's left on my powder puff, I will blend my smile lines. And then I'll just powder that. So as you can tell, we're not fully mattified, but I find it to be good just enough, like just enough. If you need more powder, by all means powder more of your face. I still like to keep that dew going in with a Real Techniques brush. And you guys, I use this highlighter so much where it's broken. So it's actually the Wet n Wild MegaGlo highlighting powder in the shade Blossom Glow, and it's such a cute pink highlighter, and I generally like to use this with any makeup as well, so it's very versatile. And I just take a little bit of that, and that's with the slightest touch. I just add a little bit just so I give that glow back to my face. Take some on my eyebrows, and I go up my forehead a little bit down the middle because I still want that glow. And then I'll take a little bit on my Cupid's bow, some on my eyebrow bone, and I feel like that's just enough to give you that cute little highlighted effect, but still natural. So I know I look crazy right now, but that's because I have no eye makeup or lips done. So in the end, it'll all come together. So this is how the face is looking. Before I go in with doing my eyes and my lips, I'm gonna set my face again. So I'm going in with the e.l.f. Dewy Coconut Setting Mist again and setting my face. I love this stuff. I just really do. Let's go in with the eyes. So with the eyes, I'm gonna go in with the bronzer, the cream bronzer that we used from the beginning. And if you want to use eyeshadow primer, go for it. With this look, I don't find the need to, so I don't. I don't have anything on my eyelids right now, but we're just gonna go in with cream bronzer. I took too much. We're just gonna go in and just bronze up the eyelid. And I'm using the e.l.f. Complexion Duo brush to do this with. And you could already tell just by adding this, you're starting to look pretty bronzed just by adding this. And I feel like this also gives a nice base. So instead of eyeshadow primer, I just put this on. And I feel like it does a good job because it's also waterproof. So we got that on. And I just do it messy. You do not have to be precise with this. It's a very blown out makeup look. You could go either way with this look, but we got that on. All right guys, so my phone actually ran out of storage, so I'm so sorry, but just to give you a recap, since it didn't film, what I ended up doing is I took this shade right over here and just put that in my crease and on my eyelids. That's all I did. And I used just the brush that comes with it and just literally did this. That's all I did. I just applied the third shade onto my eyelids. So now we're gonna take the fourth shade in this palette. It's kind of like a reddish brown. So we're taking some of that and putting it at the corners. Just right over here. I'm just tapping that on in. And then I'm gonna take the e.l.f. blending brush and just buff that on in. So again, we're going out for that blown out smoky look. It doesn't need to be precise. And then I'm gonna take the darkest shade, which is this one right over here, this darkest shade, and I'm actually gonna apply that as my eyeliner. But before we do that, on my bottom lash line, I'm gonna take the two colors we just used and put that under my eyes. So I'm taking the third shade right now and just applying that under my eyes. Just like that. And you could go in with this and just blend that on out. Guys, this is giving me fall vibes. And then we're gonna take a angled brush and use the darkest shade right over here and have that as my eyeliner. You could use brown eyeliner inside your eye. I'm just gonna, for the top part, just take some of that and just tap it. So it kind of creates an eyeliner. I don't want it to be very structured. I just want to have it have some shape, you know? Darken the lash line. And if you're not good at eyeliner, this is one of the best ways to get yourself comfortable. So again, you don't need to be precise with this. We're just trying to make sure that we have a dark lash line. Then I'm gonna take this eyeliner from Stila. It's in the shade Spice, and I like this eyeliner, so we're just tight lining. So we tight lined our eyes, and then now we're just gonna go in and add some more brown eyeshadow on top, just to set that all in. We're gonna use the bronzer we had on our eyes earlier. And just make sure it's all blended in. So adding this step after you're all done gives it that blown out effect. As you can tell, this eyeshadow makeup is not really precise, but it looks really pretty in person, you know? So I like to do this makeup look, and I look up and I just kind of slightly blend whatever I have left on this brush. We're into that. And now you can add eyelashes if you want. Me personally, I like mascara more. All right, guys, so today has been a roller coaster in terms of the lighting and in terms of the footage is getting deleted. But just heads up, for mascara, I actually use Maybelline Sky High Mascara in the shade True Brown. This one right over here. And I just added that to my lashes. So if you have any brown mascara, go right ahead, use it. You're gonna get the same effect. So I just added that to my lashes. And that's the only thing I did different. But it didn't record. So now we're gonna go in with the lips. So for lip liner, I actually love the Milani's Color Statement lip liner in the shade All Natural. It's the number 4 one. It's my favorite. If you watched my previous video, you know that this is my go-to. So I'm just gonna apply that on right now. I'm just shading in my lips, so just on the outer corners. And then I'm overlining the Cupid's bow because that's my favorite thing to do. So if you guys actually see this, that's actually broken blood vessels. It's not the lip liner. So just heads up. And then I like to go in with the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Cario. I think that's what it's called. And apply that all over the lips. Now you can stop right over here. I feel like this kind of mutes out your lips, so it gives all the attention to your eyes and your skin. But I like to actually go in with lip gloss, and the lip gloss that I like to use is the Buxom one in the shade Celeste, and it's a plumping one, so it's perfect. And if you're not into sticky glosses, this one's not for you, but I personally love Buxom lip glosses because they plump my lips, and it's just one of my favorites in terms of high end. But I'm just gonna take this mini one. It's in the shade Celeste, and I'm just gonna apply that. You see how pretty that color is? It kind of like leaves your eyes for the attention that you want it to be giving. So this is the lip combo that I like to do when the eyes are the main focus. So this is the final look. I think I'm just gonna add a little bit more brown right underneath my lash line. So it's this one right over here. So I'm just gonna add some more of that. Alright guys, so this is the final look. Let me come a little bit closer so you guys can see, and then I'll put my hair down just so you guys get the full effect. But this is the makeup. So this is what it's looking like. Bit chocolatey, a bit warm, bronzy, and that's the kind of latte makeup that I like to do. So if you like this look, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. You could also add shimmer, but this is just my take on the latte makeup. So I'm just gonna go put my hair down and we'll be right back so I give you the final look. Alright guys, so I just put my hair down. This is the final look. I hope you guys liked my latte inspired makeup tutorial. I had a lot of fun making this video for you guys, even though the lighting and the video getting cut off wasn't the best, but regardless, this is my take on the latte inspired makeup. Please let me know if you guys like this makeup tutorial or have any other suggestions. Like, comment, subscribe, do what you gotta do, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.